Welcome, Academy. I have seen you a few times. I saw you back in California, the first show of the year. Saw you last night, at least my last night, and a few times in between. Like the concept, just to get that out of the way, the London fog, the umbrellas, the dark capes, kind of brings back all of our memories of old movies from London, rainy days, mystery, all that. I like your own announcer. It's not all that clear here on Flow, but I'm sure it's clear in the stadium. Good circling of that drum line by the folks in the black capes. Percussion has a first musical statement. I'm a percussionist, and it's still a little bit long to develop for me. Now the run-ins, keyboards, okay. Kind of characterization, quasi-freeform. It takes a while to get to here. I'm not sure use of time, if it was all warranted, in my opinion. Solid move across the field. Watch the ensemble front to back. Snares are hanging back on everything. Not sure why. And even in the 16ths up to the impact, they were a little bit behind the brass, or the brass is ahead of them, I guess. If I was a drummer, that's what I would say, and I used to be a drummer. Yeah, color guard, be careful. The toss, I know it's windy, but hey, good accents there to finish off the end of that phrase, okay? Keys again. Bass drum somewhere. Oh, there they are. Good on the fadeaway there, snares. Watch the quality there. Mellophones. I know I'm kind of upstairs, but I'm just talking about whatever I hear. There's a lot of articulations in there, not all handled as well as they could be. Not too bad, but there's some work to be done for sure. And the effect will be generated through the performance level. There's so many people doing so much in the way of articulations now. It's hard to actually be different. And as I say that, low brass even more difficult to be clear. Clarity is a big deal here. And we're not quite where we need to be right now. Okay. Yeah. Everyone's participating. I don't know, 1, 2, 3. Maybe because there's only 7 rifles down there, they did not really grab my attention. I guess you have what you have. But I was probably more looking to the brass ensemble. I'm not sure that's where you wanted me. I actually do have a rather... Oh, I see. We get the double flags up front. So we actually have 3 elements. Okay. Got it. I think I was lost there for a second. Good job with the decrescendo. Double line across. And now single line. Yep. Good. Yeah, good completion of that segment. Long restaging here. What do you want me to look at? I mean, even the performer with the two flags is in transition. We were all in transition there for quite a while. Sabres, the move to get the Sabres forward, not a big fan. We just kind of made our way forward. I know times have changed, but just felt a little pedestrian in terms of how we moved from one place to another. Like the big arc, once we get here, that certainly is a stage. And the battery is almost I don't know, inconvenient in terms of that semicircle. Good move on the back up. It took a while, but this circle around our soloist works to get me to look there. Good. Big silks. Big flags. I can't really see because I'm on this high cameras. Oh, I have the prop, I guess we'll call it, around the 40. What's happening there? Okay. Single umbrella black. I probably would ask you if I had a chance why. Like, why that? Why black? What's happening? Is it just a different look? Good here. Yeah, some speed, the rotation. Yeah, the white umbrellas are cool. I think in some of my writings I've even mentioned, and I'm sure you hear about it, because they're white, because they're so dominant, you really need to be careful about facings, the speed they open and close. Not a whole lot of room for error at all. There's not a whole lot here right now. I mean, I get the snares had an opportunity, but the writing wasn't exciting in and of itself. It was more just, get from letter A to B. I don't know how else to say it. So it was a long time to be looking. Same thing here. We're very, very conservative, very measured, I think, in terms of what we're presenting from a musical standpoint. And the visual is not, well, it's mirroring what you're presenting, and it's not generating the excitement, the emotion, arrivals that I think you would like to, or should like to. Changing colors, move from the back, side one. I mean, if there's a story in here, I'm sorry, I'm not getting it. There could be. Pretty good job there, low brass, good. Again, what do you want me to look at? Where is the flow? Where is the build? Color guard spread throughout. Okay. Opening of the form. Okay, good. Yep. Move to the front. Yep. Good. Clearly, the front is the moment. We had some kind of arrival getting there. Color guard watch on the tosses. Now we're going to move out of here. Good. Yep, picking up the files. Yep, backing it up. Yep. Back and forth. Pretty good job there splitting the guard so we have a little bit of color up front. Condensing all the way in. Okay. I mean, that last minute and a half is good in terms of motion, in terms of what you're bringing us, in terms of, just the emotional communication. That works. But there are large portions of the show where I'm not sure it does. Like, we're very slow to move. It's unclear.
The incredible performers you're seeing tonight are just like you. They're passionate people with a shared love of marching music. We've assembled all of the resources and everything you need to know to join them on the field in the pursuit of excellence next summer.
How about that? It's unclear where you want me to look sometimes. It's unclear what the plan was. Like, if I actually sat down and you showed me the plan for the show, like, where are the emotional peaks? I'm not sure where they are sometimes, because they're not being communicated as such. And it's not a performance issue. I think it's a design issue. So that's where that's not going to change. So at least at this point. So what we need to do is get back to the performance points. We're not too bad a shape, but we're also not stellar. When we do our, what I like to call the brass gymnastics, we struggle a little bit. And that if they were right on the money, it would definitely be to your benefit. But in fact, some of it's, I think, caused by staging issues, which make it more difficult than it needs to be. But overall, it's just, I think, when we sat down to put the show together, not that I think there's a big theme. I mean, I get what you're doing, I think. But, if 10 is tearing the stands down with a standing ovation and 1 is the most subtle moment, how do we make our way from 1 to 4 and down to 2 and up to 8? I don't know that I get that. I don't know that was actually figured out in terms of how the music was put together, how the visuals put together, how the overall concept was put together, and how it all tied together. That seems to be where the challenge is right now. So I do wish you all the best. Hopefully it's not as windy in your coming days. And so it's been interesting. Hopefully, to those people that listen, a little bit more understanding, at least, I think, of at least what I look for. Can't tell you what the judges are, but I'm pretty sure we're in some kind of alignment there. All right. Thank you, guys.